Mandy, thank you for being with us. I am Faith, everybody from Bellicon. So I wanted to just introduce Mandy. So Mandy lives in the UK, and Mandy is a Bellicon customer first, and then Bellicon affiliate at some point, right? But more importantly, why I wanted to interview Mandy was so that you could share a little bit about your journey, your health journey, because I think it's really unique and really special. So, could you, in short, give us a little bit your story, like a short background about why you're here today and what your journey is?
Right, well, I started rebounding about 30 years ago, and I owned a couple of cheap rebounders that broke, and then I got a slightly better one. And then last June, I bought a bellicon, which was amazing. And 2 months after I bought the bellicon, unfortunately, I got bitten by a tick and contracted Lyme disease. And I was on holiday at the time with my boyfriend and I felt really unwell. And I remember saying to him, if I was at home, I could go on the bellicon, that would help me. And we did leave the holiday early and come home. And I started bouncing straight away. And I remembered a book that I'd bought about 12 years ago about rebounding. And I dug that out. And in it, I read that if you rebounded every hour for 2 minutes, it rids the body of disease. So I thought, right, that's what I'm going to do. So I started doing that.
That's amazing. So this is what brought Mandy to us. Was we heard this story and we were like, wow, what a specific regimen. And when you first got your diagnosis, like you shared with me, because we've talked before this, you went to the doctor. Did they give you any other sort of healing remedies, or what did they tell you to do with this diagnosis?
Well, I went to the emergency doctor on holiday to start with, and they gave me some 10 days worth of antibiotics that you have to go on if you get Lyme disease. There's only one specific antibiotics you go on, Dexy something or other, I can't remember the name. And the problem with those tablets and Lyme disease is when the antibiotics are killing the bacteria, but with other diseases, the bacteria will get carried out of the body. With Lyme disease, it doesn't. It stays in the body and breaks down, releasing loads of toxins, which make you feel even worse. And that's called the garish Herxheimer reaction. And the doctor warned me about this, and she gave me loads of information to read about it. And so then, of course, I started Googling it, and it said that, the best way to try and get rid of this Herxheimer reaction, because I'll tell you, it really made me feel ill, is to try and detoxify your body, you see. So again, I thought, oh, well, the rebounder will do that. And I Googled other things, and I was doing everything right, the sort of foods I was eating, and I was drinking a lot and stuff like that. And I just thought, I'll bounce every hour for 2 minutes. And I mean, I felt so ill sometimes. I just had to do a health bounce. And my head felt like it was going to blow up. I felt so, but I kept doing it. And gradually, within, I suppose, about 3 weeks, I kind of started to get days where I felt a bit better, because you feel absolutely floored. I mean, it shatters you. It's awful.
I've heard that. I've heard this from, it's more common. I'm having more and more people come to me going, I've got this. I've got Lyme disease now. And from, I don't know the reasoning why. I'm sure there's a scientific, climate related reason or something, but it's real. It's really debilitating.
Yeah. And I had to carry on working, unfortunately, because I'm a dog walker and I work for myself. So, I couldn't afford to take any time off. So I was still doing that. It was really hard, actually. And then the doctor said I'd have to have some blood tests to see if I had liver damage or any of my other organs were damaged, because that's what Lyme disease can do. So I had the blood tests, and then I went back a week later, which was about over a month after I'd contracted the disease. And I was dreading, the results. And he said to me, can I just ask you how you're feeling? So I said, well, actually, I'm feeling quite a lot better now. And he said, well, I'm not surprised. Your results are perfect to the decimal point. And I was like, what?
So this was a month after you had started your 2 minutes every hour. 2 minutes of bouncing every hour. Wow.
Yeah. And I thought, oh my goodness. And I mean, I'm 63 nearly. So, and I said to myself, well, I do lead a healthy lifestyle. He said, oh, I believe you, And so, yeah, that made it was such a relief because I kept saying to my boyfriend, are my eyes going yellow, because I was so worried I was getting liver disease. And funnily enough, I mean, it sounds a bit funny thing to say, but when I first started the bouncing every 2 minutes, my wee turned orange, the colour of Lucozade. And I
Wow.
thought that is the toxins coming out. And I'd wake up
Yeah.
in the morning and it would be that colour. And then by the end of the day, it would be almost straw coloured, which is obviously healthy. And then obviously the toxins would build up again in the night when I wasn't bouncing. And gradually, this got less and less. But it was scary. It was horrible. It was, and I thought, but then I knew that the toxins were coming out. So I knew it was a good thing.
Yeah, you knew you were leaning into the right direction, and that's amazing with your blood work because I mean, that to me would be the scariest part, going in and going, okay, like I'm bracing myself, I feel good, but what is it? And that's amazing, like absolutely amazing. So in terms of now, like, do you still keep that regimen, or what's your regimen now, just to maintain?
What I
And how are
thought
you
I'd
feeling
do.
now?
Well, what I thought I'd do, you see, I mean, I do a workout on the bellicon probably 3 times a week or whatever, but I thought to myself, because I get quite a lot of coughs and colds most winters, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to carry on with this bouncing every 2 minutes just to see if I can not get any coughs or colds this winter. And
Sure.
there are so many viruses going around, and I've had nothing, absolutely nothing. I haven't even got vaccinated against flu this year because I'm so confident that my immune system is working so well. I don't need it, and it's just normally by this time in the winter I've had at least 3 horrible viruses, and I've been in touch with people that have had them and I haven't caught it. And there's been a couple of days where I've said to my boyfriend, I feel a bit under the weather today. I think I've got something coming. And I
Yeah.
just keep bouncing. And the next day, it's all gone, right as rain. I haven't had so much as a sore throat. I mean, I haven't had any headache. I mean, and the other things I've noticed from this bouncing all the time, it's just crazy. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. My nails are so growing at a phenomenal rate. I'm
Yeah.
having to cut them all the time. And I don't even go in for long nails. My hair's got better, my skin. I mean, it's just my sleep. I'm sleeping like a log, and I've suffered with insomnia since I was 17. And I am sleeping all night. I mean, there's just so many things. My anxiety's gone. I was suffering a bit of anxiety. That's gone. And I just feel energized. It's brilliant.
Your energy is amazing. I always love, like, just for our community, Mandy and I spoke a while back, kind of in prep for this, just so I could hear a story. Like, your energy is always so awesome. Like, your
Ah,
physical energy, also your emotional energy, and the way you bring, things to the conversation of the community. It's really fun to chat with you, and you're really inspiring. So,
oh, thank
so I
you.
have another question. So back in the day, you rebounded probably on a spring rebounder, right? Because that's what they had.
Yes.
Yes. So what led you down the rabbit hole to bellicon in particular? What was your journey there?
Yeah, I mean, the first rebounder I had was from Argos, the catalogue store, and well, that broke. I mean, that was, but I didn't know any
Yeah,
better because I didn't have many around in those days. There wasn't many, and then
I
that
know.
broke, and I bought another one. Well, actually, when I was pregnant, and that one broke as well, probably because of the extra weight, and then I bought a one from Rebound UK, which at the time was top of the range. I mean, it was, a sort of studio quality, and I think it was about £350, which was a lot of money then. This was 12 years
Yeah.
ago. Um,
Yes.
about the cost of a bellicon now, really. And I bought that, and I think you were just starting to come in then. I remember seeing a few bungee ones and think, oh gosh, don't they look
Yes.
weird? I thought they looked strange. Anyway, I used to bounce. Yeah, this Rebound UK one it was hard. Do you know what I mean?
I started on a spring too, so I do know what it feels like. It is hard. It's not like bouncing on a spring mattress. It's quite harder. It's quite
Yeah, I think
uncomfortable.
probably if you're heavier, it's not so bad. But I think when you don't weigh much, because it's made for people up to about 150 kilograms. So Anyway, and it was noisy. It was dreadfully noisy. I mean,
Yeah.
my daughter used to be in bed above the lounge,
Yes.
and you go, it's like
I
noise.
know.
She used to bang on the floor, Mom, But I had no sympathy because it was about 10 o'clock in the morning by this time. But yeah,
That's
and then,
amazing.
anyway, I saw one of my friends in the jump rope community on a bellicon.
Oh yes. Oh
Sue.
yes, you told me this. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, oh, wow, look at all the colours. It was the colours that drew me to it. She had all
Yeah.
the
She was
rainbow
in her
colours.
60s, right?
Yeah.
She's in her. Yes, yes. I remember this now. Yeah.
I
Yes.
think she's 67. Yeah. 60 in
Yes.
the, yeah. And I thought, oh, I like that. And then I sort of Googled the bellicons and I saw the price and I thought, oh, God, I won't be getting one of those then, you see. But then I don't know, I started sort of something stayed in there and I kept looking at reviews and
Yeah.
every review I looked at, everyone was saying the bellicon is like superior to any other rebounder. And I watched so many. I mean, I spent days looking at reviews. And
Yes.
and then I sort of spoke to Sue and then she had a code for a discount. So I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it.
Now's my time. Seize the
And
day.
yeah, I ordered a 44-inch, and then I thought,
Yeah.
oh, to hell with it. And I rang you up and changed it to a 49. And I'm so glad I did because it's just lovely. I mean, I just, you've seen me on it. I go mad on it. And,
I love your videos.
I
Love your
just,
videos.
I
You
have
all
the
need to
best
check out
time.
Mandy's Instagram account. They're fabulous.
I just have the best time. Well, the funny thing was, I started to panic because I thought, oh my goodness, when I go on holiday in the summer, I thought, how am I going to cope without a week bouncing, you see? So I was telling my boyfriend, and of course, happy Mandy, happy Mark. So he said, well, let's get you a small one and you can bring it with you. So
We do have. That's the one I have. I have a 39-inch. I have a little carrying case. This was my
yeah,
apartment.
well,
My New
I've
York
got mine
City,
upstairs.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got that about, I don't know, three weeks ago or something. So it's all ready for when we go on holiday. Because
That's fantastic.
I thought I won't be able to sleep. I won't be able to do anything without my belly.
Well, I mean, what I love your routine because I feel like so many people, Lyme disease or no Lyme disease, it's just so hard to find time. And everybody always thinks, oh, I have to do 30 minutes. But this 2 minutes every hour is like a very attainable, simple, beautiful way to just ensure that you're getting movement, ensure you're getting up. And I mean, if you do it for 4 hours, I have to do math now. That's almost 10 minutes. So that's amazing. I love, you're the first person who has shared that and just it's a really great. So everybody at home, 2 minutes every hour and start there. It's like, a
Yeah.
beautiful goal,
I mean, yeah, when the kettle's boiling, just jump on the rebounder. You're waiting for the
Yeah.
microwave, jump on the rebounder. And you really don't notice 2 minutes. It's nothing. And if you do it 15 times a day, that's about 3,000 steps you add to your daily total. Yeah. That's, because it's, if you think, 15 times 2, it's 30, isn't it? 30 minutes you've
Yeah.
done and you've not really even noticed that. So it's fabulous. And I think by carrying on doing it every hour, it's constantly boosting your immune system because it's keeping the white blood cells moving around the body. So they're, the infection fighting ones. And I'm sure that's why I haven't caught anything all winter.
It helps with your focus too, with work, or just during your day and anxiety, like you said. Get on. So, well, Mandy, thank you. This is so special. If you all haven't seen her Instagram account, we'll have to put it somewhere in this video. It's a really fun account. I genuinely look forward to your videos because you always have these little graphics and they're just, you have so much joy and it's contagious. So I'm so grateful for you and thank you. I'm glad you're feeling well. And we're going to share this with people in our community who have Lyme disease, just to educate and know that there's something that they can do to feel better. So, Mandy, thank you. Hug from
Thank
across the
you.
pond.
Yay.
We'll bounce together with our rainbows.